Hey everyone, hope everybody's doing well today. I wanted to share some scripture reading I was doing today, and it's from my own personal reading time. It's from Paul's letters. I'm doing a Bible reading plan on Paul's letters, and it was 2 Corinthians chapter 4. And the verses I wanted to look at is 16 through 18. And I encourage you to read those verses. And those verses talk about how we do not lose heart and we do not lose hope. As God's people, we do not lose hope, even in the midst of all this craziness and crisis and everything else. We do not lose hope because we believe and trust in a living God who's going to watch over us. And another thing that Paul says is that even though our outward selves are wasting away, our inward selves are being renewed day by day. So it's like a caterpillar. A caterpillar spins the cocoon, makes the cocoon, and his outer self, he knows. And when it's time, when his outer self is wasting away because the inner self is coming out. And that caterpillar spins that cocoon, stays in that cocoon, and what emerges is the butterfly, the beautiful butterfly. And so our outward selves are like the caterpillar, and there's going to come a time when those outward selves are just going to waste away, and it's time for that inner self to emerge. And that's the new creation. That's those eternal bodies that we have that Jesus will give us one day, and we wait for that and we hope for that. And another thing that he talks about in those verses is that what is unseen is eternal, because that's what we hope for. That's what we hope in, the unseen, because the seen, he says, what we can see is transient. It's temporary. It doesn't last forever. We know that this shutdown and lockdown and virus will not last forever. It'll be in the rear view soon, and I think it's already getting to that point of being in the rear view, and we're going to be out and about soon. And as God's people, we know that this world, what we see in this world, is passing away. It's temporary. This is not our home, and we look forward to the day when we can be in our home, because Jesus told his disciples, "Don't lose heart." He says, don't let your hearts be troubled. And he says, I'm going to prepare a place for you, a place in my Father's house. And so there would be a time when Jesus is going to come back, and he's going to bring his Father's house with him, and he's going to have a place for us. And we hope for that. And so while we're here, while we're waiting for that, let us share the hope of the gospel, the hope that is found in the gospel, because that is the only hope that matters. And so I hope you find some encouragement in that. Read those verses. Let those verses really sink in, and we hope to see you soon.